And I'll be eating some veggie and cheese snack pack here, Taylor Farms. I've been asked about carrots and celery before by a few people. So I saw this thing on Amazon, not Amazon, Walmart. So I grabbed it. It's got some cheese in here as well. I got a toothpick for the cheese, but there's some celery and some ranch dip in here as well. So that's got to come off completely. Figure this is the perfect way to kind of do it. To get a few hit in, instead of buying like a bag of carrots and a ton of celery and not eating all of it. Admittedly, I've tried this. I had one yesterday. I got a 12-pack of it from Walmart, and I was like, I hope it's good. And it is. It tastes very close to actual Dr. Pepper. I will say, which is nice. And Dr. Pepper is that. It's almost like a cherryish taste, but it's also like, I forget what they say, what's like actually in it. I think it's like beets or turnips too, and stuff. It is an interesting taste. It's not a full-on louder plane coming in. It's like not a full-on cherry, but it is very close. It's an interesting taste. Dr. Pepper is good, though. I would give it an 8 out of 10, though, because it's actually very close to the actual one. Not completely, but it's probably at least 80% of what a regular one would taste like. So that's cool. 8 out of 10 for this kind of quick drink review. I can't say much more than it tastes like a Dr. Pepper, but slightly not. Let's see how everything tastes in this ranch. You get a good crunch out of both. Where the mouse is in the shot. You get a good crunch out of both the carrot and the celery. I think I've done baby carrots at some point. Celery, I'm not sure. I very well could have years ago. I think I have 2,600 plus videos now, which is nuts. There's more carrots than celery, as you could probably tell. Filming on the kitchen table, not dining room table, sorry. Actually works better. There's a couple videos I made where I was getting the food in the shot, in the back room. But this works a lot better, actually. I can get it fully in shot, not just partially, so. Maybe my next kind of fast food eating video, whenever that's going to be. I'll do it this way as well. I have done some eating videos in here, but not with this angle. I think I said we're going up. we're going to see Stranger Things Chapter 3. It's funny, my friend sent the screenshot of Rotten Tomatoes. It was like 13%, of course, on 16 reviews. There's like 50 user reviews, and those were not good either. At least, it didn't have a number, because I don't think there's enough yet. But that was probably at like 30%. The first one was pretty good because it wasn't like your standard a standard horror movie. Or standard tormented people in a cabin. It took a little while. They didn't really get too tormented in terms of like they'd been captured and now they're getting tortured for an hour and a half. And the second one I think I talked about, oh my God, like there was just the problems with this movie that made, like, not explaining stuff and taking some, I don't know, the movie could have been like a half an hour shorter. Gotta finish up the trilogy though. Supposed to get warm next week. Couple high 60s. I think we might pop a 70. I had moved my doctor's appointment. It was supposed to be this Tuesday, the 3rd. I moved it to the next week. It was a smart move. I wanted to move. I think I talked about this because, partially because it was. I don't know why I agreed to 9:15. Because part of me's like, fuck. I might not be able to get an Uber at that time. You know, it's quick early in the morning. I don't know. And also, because we had the threat of snow, I was like, if we get anything realistically, they're gonna close. And I don't want to call an Uber and having them come up the one road that was plowed, but you still had the layer of, because people were driving over it the day it snowed, so it was caked, so they couldn't get underneath. So it was starting to ice up as well, and then our road wasn't even plowed. Tuesday was still a problem with this. Not as bad, but I would not want an Uber coming in that shit. I don't want them risking their car and themselves, you know, for me to go to the doctor. So that ended up paying off because we got 9.5 inches or whatever the hell it was. And now the street now is fine. The snow did its job. We're waiting to get mail. They haven't delivered mail, which is weird. Because our street's fine. The other street's fine. The main road down is fine. They keep saying it's because of weather. It isn't at this point. It's more because they don't want to just say it. They're overwhelmed. They have so much more now backlog of shit. Because I was like, Saturday makes sense, it's snowing. Monday made sense because it wasn't clear and our road wasn't plowed anyway. And Tuesday, same thing. It was still a little. I thought it was going to come Wednesday because by Wednesday, even by late Tuesday, you could, you know, our cars are going up and people's cars on our street going up and down it all day. But I understand you don't want to risk anything. So I was like, all right, Wednesday. Didn't come Wednesday. And yesterday was completely good. They said that the guy across the street called them like, oh, everything's coming today. It didn't. And then they used the weather thing because we have a thing where it tells you what mail's coming each day. And we have 2 packages. Like, oh. I mean, just say you're overwhelmed. And then be like, yo, if you can, come to the post office. We'll give you your shit. I'm hoping today, but I think we're going by the post office, so. I figures too, we have a decent amount. There'll be some weeks where we get like 2 pieces of junk mail. And of course, when the snow hits, we have a bunch of stuff we need. Tax stuff, health stuff, packages. But, it's nice he melted now. I don't know. The Olympics have started. I think there's women's hockey and something else, a couple of maybe some downhill shit. I don't know, is tonight the opening ceremony, the 6th? This is actually going up Saturday. I'm filming it on the 6th. So, they probably would have already had the opening ceremony. Those are always fun. I do enjoy the Olympics in that, especially when they're in different countries across the world. And, yeah, you'll watch stuff on a repeat of it. But you're like, oh, it's 1 in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm going to throw the Olympics on because it's, 9, 10 a.m., wherever. Now, it's in Italy, right? Am I not right on that? Look, you go to Olympics and little things sort of. Yes. It's in Italy. Milan. That's what I thought, but knowing me, I'd look and it was somewhere completely different. I don't know what the time difference is there. Let's check that. Time now. It's 6:42 p.m. there, so it's 6 hours ahead. So, 1 in the morning would be only 7 a.m. I don't know if they do Olympic stuff that early, but even still, 3 a.m. Oh shit, there's something showing up. Like when it's been in Japan and stuff, that's when it's like, if it's Australia, wherever. I'm talking summer as well. Olympics. You're like, oh shit. It's 1 in the morning here, but it's 3 in the afternoon elsewhere. I think I do prefer the winter. I think I've said this. But we had a little cheese and crackers on the weekend. Last weekend we were playing No Mercy Uno. So this one has draw 10s in it, draw 6s. One's where you gotta switch hands with opponents. One's where you pick a color. The person who gets the card, the person puts the card down, the other person has to pick a color. Then remove cards until they get to that color face up. And then once they get it, they just pull the cards in. They have those cards now, so you got to get lucky and hope it's just one card. Or maybe you put that one card down and keep the rest, I forget. But it was cool, but I think it's more of a thing that you need to play with more than 2 people. And there's a rule, like if you have 25 cards in your hand, you're out. And then we tried a Liar's Uno, but that was one that definitely would have made more sense to be played with more people, I feel. That's where you put a card down, face down, and then you're like, because there's Liar's cards and regular cards, they look different. And you put it down, face down, and you have to bet, oh, it's a 3, a red 3. And if the person challenges you and is wrong, they take that card, I think. And then if you're right, or if you're lying and they know you're lying and they say it, you take the card back and then draw another one, I think. I forget how it goes. But then we played some skip bow. One carrot left. What was this? 250 calories. Not bad. Same thing as I'll ramble. Finish this drink. Super Bowl is on Sunday. You'll see my Super Bowl recap on Monday, and then we are done with the NFL season. Premier League's still going. Aston Villa did lose to Brentford 1-0. I'm going to most likely do another 2 in 1 week of recaps of that next week. Probably Tuesday. I might film it. I'm trying to think. Oh, maybe I'll just do it Tuesday. I'll probably have to do 2 video day on that because, like I've said, those nobody watches those anymore. They started off hot. Same thing with the NFL recaps, and then by the 4-week mark, people seem to lose interest. So, especially with the Premier League, I kind of either gonna wait a couple of weeks, do a ramble where I go over scores and stats and everything else, or maybe do every 2 weeks and quickly breeze through like I did that one time. I'll still do them, but there's 38 weeks, and I would no way be doing 38. I mean, even if they were viewing well, I wouldn't be doing 38 weeks. But it sucks. I would like for them to view more, but that doesn't mean I'm going to completely stop them. I will continue to do them. They're just going to be periodically, not every week. And NFL's done. We're going to find out who wins on Sunday. I guess I'm filming this Friday, so it's going up Saturday. The PS2 Whisper PS2 collection went up today. I forget sometimes. I'm just like doing whatever. I forget you even. It's like so workmanlike almost that half the time, especially if I film like 3 videos in a day and I kind of just have them scheduled, I don't even know. It's so out of my mind because now after that 3rd video's gone up, I've already filmed another like 3 or 4. I'm like, I don't even know. Next thing you know, you're like, that video was 2 weeks ago. I can't even remember. Like, when did I do that? But yeah, people go eating some veggies and cheese was in the mix, but carrots and celery. I was thinking about the one person mentioned celery, the other person mentioned celery and carrots, and it might have been pickles and something else. I was thinking about I might still do eating pickles at some point if I get, because I have not had a nice jar of pickles in a while. I love pickles. I don't eat them enough. But this was perfect. It had celery in there, carrots, and some cheese into the mix. Perfect kind of little thing to do is cheese, like $3. So I need to get good crunch. Maybe I'll do pickles at some other point. I don't know for sure. But yeah, another. Like I said, today's Friday. Another week now. Hope everybody has had a good week. And I don't know what everybody's doing for the Super Bowl. I'll be probably not even watching it because I have not watched it. I'm trying to think of the last Super Bowl I actually fully watched. I don't know what the fuck that was. This house makes a lot of noises. It still has. I think the wood and everything, especially, just is expanding constantly, especially because the weather's going hot, cold, hot, cold. I think the last Super Bowl I watched fully was the 2021. It was at the Bucks and the Chiefs. My friend had come over to Iceland and we watched it. That was the last one. 21, 22, 23, 24. Right? I did not watch the full Bengals Rams one. I think I watched like a very little amount of it. Maybe like a little bit in the second quarter and then in the fourth. Who was after that? The first Eagles Chiefs, I don't think I watched any of. Like, I'll look at the game cast and check the score pretty consistently, but I'm not watching it. I'll check the little thing going all across the screen. I definitely didn't watch the Chiefs Eagles last year. I don't think I watched any of that one. And the Chiefs 49ers, I remember I was checking the score periodically, but I was playing Siberia. I just don't care. Like, if Denver was in it, that's a different story. But even still, I'd almost be hard pressed to watch a full one. I just don't care enough to watch it. At any point, like, it's funny too because some people just want to watch the game, others are only care about the commercials and the halftime show. I never gave much of a shit about the commercials. Definitely never cared about the halftime show. Even if bands I liked were playing, I just didn't care. I just wanted the game to start up again. I don't give a shit. Especially when Denver's been in Super Bowls, except the one against Seattle because you already knew they were screwed. I was like, this halftime show can go on for another 5 hours. But the other ones, when they're either winning or it's a tight game, you're like, let's just get back to the game. It's like, I can't eat anything when Denver's in the Super Bowl. The one against the Falcons, I was able to because that was Denver was kind of in control that whole game. They were in control that whole game pretty much. I think they were down 3-0 and then just took over. But typically, I'm not going to be able to eat anything. Like, some of the commercials are good, don't get me wrong, but at this day and age, I could just check them out on YouTube. I don't care. And like I said, the halftime show, I couldn't give a fuck who's playing the halftime show. I'm not interested. It could be a band I'm super into. I don't care. I'm more focused on the game. I don't care about the fucking who's playing. They turn it into such a freaking spectacle. And they always have with football. You know, it's like half spectacle, it's now probably more spectacle. I don't know. Ranting on football, it's always a sigh of relief when the season's over. You're like, great, season's over. And then like 6 months later, here we go again. But I can focus on hockey. Basketball, I'm trying to get into. Portland's lost like 6 in a row. Of course. They didn't make it. They made one trade, I think, to a guy in the Hawks. Giannis did not get traded. James Harden went to Cleveland. He's been on like 80 teams. That dude, right? Nets, OKC, Houston, the Clippers, now the Cavs. Was there another team he was on? Or that was just the 5 teams now? Was he on anybody else? That was Durant. That was on. Even Durant, Brooklyn. We'll say OKC and because he was drafted when they were still in Seattle, right? He played 1 year, I think, when they were actually still Seattle. Seattle really, they need to give the Supersonics back, man. Just expand it one team and give fucking Seattle their team back. He was on OKC/Seattle, Brooklyn, Phoenix. He's on Houston now, Golden State. So he's been 5 teams too. Is there another random team? These guys are everywhere every year. You're like, where are they now? It's surprising when, even with Lillard, he was on Portland for a while, and then understandably he wanted to kind of get traded. He did and he didn't. And then he's back on Portland, even though he seeded the Achilles tear last year. But he's home where he belongs, Hell of a player. It's a shame he's most likely not going to get a title. But still a hell of a player, He was the face of Portland for a while. I'd like to see him come back. The funny thing is, if he comes back and he's still like a decent enough player, 15 points, 6, 7 assists, that's still huge. Because he's not super, super old. How old is he? I'm going to end it on this. I'm going to end it on Damian Lillard's age. I think he's like 35. Not Famian, but it still came up. He's 35, and he's going to be 36 in July. So if he comes back next season, At the beginning, he's going to be 36. But still, he could have 3 years in him of decent play. But anyway, reviewing Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, 8 out of 10. It tastes very close to regular Dr. Pepper. And eating some veggies and cheese snacks. People want to see celery and stuff and carrots. And thanks for checking this out. And have